Hey friends, welcome back to Grand Adventure. I'm your host, Mark Guido, and when you think of Texas, mountains may not be the first thing that comes to mind. However, we are in the Davis Mountains of West Texas. It's a beautiful area that we're going to share with you this week. So stay tuned. This episode of Grand Adventure is sponsored by the Dyrt PRO. Find the campsite that's right for you from over 44,000 listings, either on the web or on their #1 ranked mobile app. Try all of the Pro features free for 90 days by using the promo code GrandAdventure90. Originally named Olympia Mountains, the Davis Mountains are now named for a frontier-era fort situated at their feet that itself was named for Confederate President Jefferson Davis, who at the time was the Secretary of War under President Franklin Pierce. The nearby town of Fort Davis and surrounding Jeff Davis County also bear his name. The highest peak in this Sky Island, surrounded by a flat Texas desert, is Mount Livermore at 8,383 feet, the fifth highest point in Texas. Most of the land here is privately owned. However, the Nature Conservancy owns a large 33,000-acre tract that's open for recreation, as is the popular Davis Mountain State Park that we're exploring today. The Civilian Conservation Corps began development of the park in 1933 at elevations that range between 5,000 and 6,000 feet above sea level. It is adjacent to Fort Davis National Historic Site, and the two facilities are connected by 4 miles of hiking trails. There's camping available here, but know that the deep valley that houses the campground is a dead zone for cell service. Within the park is the Indian Lodge, an adobe motel with 39 rooms. 16 were completed by the Civilian Conservation Corps in 1939. And 24 more were added in a 1967 expansion. The McDonald Observatory here on Mount Locke is part of the University of Texas at Austin. It was originally endowed by the Texas banker William Johnson McDonald, who, when he died in 1926, left the bulk of his fortune to the university to endow an astronomical observatory. When first dedicated in 1939, the Otto Struve telescope was the second largest in the world. The isolated town of Fort Davis contains barely 1,200 residents, surrounded by a whole lot of open West Texas desert. At 4,900 feet, Fort Davis has the highest elevation above sea level of any county seat in Texas. The town is host to a small variety of eateries, gift shops, and very basic services. With cell service that we need for work lacking in the state park, we've settled in a Davis Mountain RV park for our visit to the area. The park has 24 full hookup sites with both 30 amp and 50 amp service available. All of them pull through. We're paying $30 per night, as are our Salt Lake City friends Dale and Pat, who have once again caught up with us here. Spacing between sites feels generous, as the campground has been barely occupied throughout our stay. You'll find Davis Mountain RV Park and over 1 million other campsites, reviews, and tips at our video sponsor, the Dyrt. Pro members even get the ability to search for a campsite while outside a cell service or Wi-Fi range, as well as trip routing, public land map layers, and campground and camping gear discounts. Best of all, our Grand Adventurers get to try all of the Pro features free for 90 days, just by using the promo code GRANDADVENTURE90. Click on the link down below in the video description to try the Dyrt Pro for free today. Fort Davis National Historic Site, operated by the National Park Service, was established in 1961 to protect one of the best remaining examples of an Indian Wars-era United States Army fort in the southwestern United States. It was established in October 1854 to protect emigrants, mail coaches, and freight wagons on the San Antonio-El Paso Road and the Chihuahua Trail. Today, the site includes 24 restored historic buildings and over 100 ruins and foundations. 5 of the historic buildings have been refurbished to their state in the 1880s, making it easy for visitors to envision themselves being at the fort at the height of its development. We're making our way 21 miles south of Fort Davis to visit Marfa. This collared peccary, better known locally by its Spanish name javelina, seems to have the same idea. We first passed through Marfa en route to Big Bend at this same time of year in 2019. And to be forthright, our experience in Marfa in 2021 doesn't match our memory of the town from 2019 as a vibrant and festive arts community. We're not really sure what happened. Perhaps it's our memory, maybe it's the impact of COVID, or it could be some other reason altogether. But on this visit, we're finding Marfa to feel somewhat empty and in a general state of decay. There are, of course, exceptions, including the beautiful and historic Hotel Paisano that hosted Hollywood when the classic 1956 Western movie Giant, starring James Dean, Elizabeth Taylor, and Rock Hudson, was filmed in Marfa by director George Stevens. Another business well worth visiting in Marfa is the Al Campo Wine Bar and Rustic Bistro. Patricia ordered the smoked chicken, which the proprietor slow cooks for 7 hours each day. It was to die for. So we truly hope that you've enjoyed visiting this beautiful area of West Texas with us. If you like this episode, it's extremely important to us that you give us a big thumbs up down below. And while you're down below, you're going to find the comment section. Why not leave us a note there? Because we'd love to hear from you after each episode. Now, we air new RV adventure travel videos each and every Wednesday. So if you're not yet a grand adventurer, I can't think of a better time to go smash that little red subscribe button down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen and ring that notification bell to make sure that you come along on each grand adventure. And we would be honored if you shared the channel with your friends, family, and on social media. So until next week, please remember, life is nothing but a grand adventure. We'll see you then.